Have you ever felt stressed? Have you ever felt any anxiety? Have you ever dealt with pain in your life? Yeah, me too. Everybody has. What happens is, though, as those things accumulate in our lives, we actually start to use the wrong breathing muscles. And when we start to breathe wrong, shorter and shallower, it has very negative impacts on our physical health and, surprisingly, on our mental health. And I know that sounds a little wild, but I'm going to explain to you the connections that make that all possible and why that happens. And then I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to basically undo it all and learn to breathe in the right way again. My name is Rob Drenning. I'm a physical therapist. I know it sounds a little funny to say, like, what do you mean I'm not breathing right? Breathing is just something that we do automatically. It's literally what keeps us alive, right? Well, it's not that we're not breathing, obviously, but it's that we're not using the right muscles to do it. The muscle that is the most important that we've all probably heard of is the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a muscle. It kind of forms a dome in your abdomen. It's the roof of your what's considered your core, right? It attaches to the front of your chest bone, the lower part there, the lower ribs, and it actually goes back and attaches to the vertebrae in your low back as well. So if you ever get any injury to the ribs or your back or your stomach, that causes a little bit of a shut-off signal to the diaphragm. So it's easy for your brain to say, okay, I'm not going to use that. I'm just going to use other muscles that will cause a shorter, quicker breathing pattern. The other really important, the most important connection that we need to understand is that the diaphragm has very strong connections to one part of our nervous system. It's called the parasympathetic system. That's the side of our nervous system that calms us, that relaxes us. The other side, the competing side, is the fight or flight, the sympathetic nervous system. That one we all know of because we feel that when we get stressed or anxious. It's that makes our heart rate go up, our blood pressure goes up, we feel like there's a lion in the room, that type of thing. Those two parts of our nervous system are constantly going back and forth in our day-to-day lives. Now, over time, when we deal with stress and anxiety or chronic pain, other things like that, that fight or flight nervous system goes into kind of like an overdrive mode. And what that does is it shuts off the other one and we start to use the diaphragm less and less. And when that sympathetic system is in overdrive mode, it releases stress chemicals like cortisol that build up in our muscles so we get achy and sore and feel tired a lot. It makes our heart rate go up. It just creates an environment in our body that's not great for our physical health. So simply by learning to use the diaphragm again, we can increase the activation of that parasympathetic, the resting, relaxing part, which will decrease the activation of the wind up fight or flight system. And that's the really cool part. There have been a lot of proven benefits to learning to activate your diaphragm again. One is reducing feelings of stress and anxiety for that very reason. You can increase oxygen uptake in your muscles by breathing with your diaphragm because you get more air into your lungs. That means your muscles don't get tired, you don't get achy, you have more energy, you can improve your performance in sports and things like that. Using your diaphragm has been shown to decrease symptoms of asthma and COPD in some respiratory conditions. So there are a lot of positive benefits. It's even been shown, because of the balance of those nervous systems, to have an impact on our mood and to help us start to sleep better. So those are really important benefits for our physical health and our mental health. And it's that nervous system connection that really makes it all possible. It's unfortunate that we kind of lose that over time, but the good news is it's reversible, it's fast and easy. And if we start using the diaphragm again, we can get some of those benefits. And I really want you to understand too that that's just not my opinion of things. There's been a lot of scientific studies coming out showing us that by using this one muscle, we can get a lot of these gains. So this has been proven. It's not just some dude's opinion on it. So I want you to keep that in mind too. So there's a lot on it. So the most important part, let's learn how to do it. Let's do that right now together. So using the diaphragm, what we want to do is first we're going to breathe in, right? Obviously that makes sense. We're going to breathe in through your nose. And you're going to take that inhale for about 5 or 6 seconds. And as you do that, you want your belly to come out and your lower ribs to come out to the side. That diaphragm's pulling down and expanding those things. It's the opposite of what we almost want to do. When you draw a deep breath in, you kind of suck in your stomach, your upper chest raises up. That's using the wrong muscles. To the diaphragm, when you breathe in, your belly pushes out and your lower ribs move out to the side. You can do this sitting, standing. Some people like to do it laying on your side to feel the ribs, or laying on your back. You can be anywhere. But when you breathe in through the nose, the belly comes out. 5, 6 seconds, the lower ribs expand. Brief pause, and then you're going to breathe out through your mouth, making a small circle with your mouth like you're breathing through a large straw. What that does is it creates a little bit of resistance. It's called pursed lip breathing. It creates a little bit of resistance from your lips, allows air to stay in your lungs a little bit longer, and improve the amount of oxygen that we can draw out from that to send to the muscles and the rest of our body. So that's an example of one breath. Let's do that again. When you breathe in, your belly comes out, your lower ribs expand. Going in through the nose, brief pause at the end. Five, 6 seconds. Exhale through your mouth with a partial close of your mouth. Now you want to just repeat that for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. If you're pressed for time, at least 3 minutes, but your goal is 5 to 10 minutes. And starting to do that daily. While you're doing it, you want to think about relaxing everything too. Your face, your neck, your shoulders, your chest. Relax those muscles. Close your eyes if you need to. Be in a quieter place. But if you can do that with the diaphragm breathing for several minutes, it's really going to help accelerate some of those gains. Now, a lot of people will do this 3 or 4 times a day, especially if you're in a high period of life with stress, anxiety, if you're dealing with chronic pain. Doing this regularly through the day can be very helpful, but at least daily, especially for a maintenance program. Now, the question is, do you have to do this forever? When you start to use that diaphragm, it becomes a lot more automatic. So it doesn't stay shut off forever, but it's like using any muscle. When you don't use it, you lose it. So practicing it is always good. On a daily side for maintenance, if you're trying to improve some of these physical symptoms that you're feeling yourself, try to do it 3 or 4 times a day. That's a quick and easy way to learn to use your diaphragm again. I really hope that makes sense. I hope that it helps you. Keep watching for more tips and tricks on how to improve your physical health, and let me know how it goes for you.